I've always been a Josh Morrissey defender. I know it's been, people have complained about him, especially with the way the defense core was for the last couple of years, especially before last season and the years before that when we got guys like Anthony Potato, Tucker Pullman, Nathan Beaulieu being his top pairing with that line with Morrissey. Just he was never that good back then. He wasn't able to carry that load. He wasn't able to carry everything. But even through all that, through all the trade rumors and speculations about how no one wanted Morrissey here, I stood by Josh Morrissey. I've always liked Josh Morrissey as a defenseman, as a prospect going back to when the Jets originally drafted him. I've always thought that he had untapped potential and could be one of the best two-way guys, or at least a top 15 two-way defenseman in the NHL. And I genuinely mean that. Has he ever shown that in the past? Yeah, he's shown some moments and some good splashes, but he's always better in an assisting role. Well, 2022-2023 NHL season rolls around. Jets get some new players, and the Jets don't really go out there and change anything. They get a new coach in Rick Bowness. Change their system up a little bit. Rick Bowness loves his offensive defensemen. What happens to Josh Morrissey? Well, he changed his name to Josh Norrissey, and now you're having one of the best seasons you've seen from a Jets defenseman since the prime Dustin Byfuglien era. And I'm going to go out and say that right now. This is the best we've seen from a Jets defenseman since Dustin Byfuglien in his prime. I'm saying that right now, and I'm standing by that, because Josh Morrissey right now is the team leader in points across the board. The best Jet, honestly, outside of maybe Connor Hellebuck and I would say Mark Scheifele. I really think that Josh Morrissey has been the most consistent, best Jet to start this year. Without a doubt, the all-star of this team has to be, along with Connor Hellebuck, obviously. But no, Josh Morrissey this year will be an all-star, and it's well-deserved. And let's talk about it, because he's been absolutely fantastic. Really, really has. You look at his stats, you look at his advanced stats, like we're going through right now, you see what I'm talking about. Now, they don't scream, I'm an elite defenseman, but look at the even strength offensive ratings. 88%. That's one of the highest it's been in his career for him right now. Josh Morrissey's finishing rate is off the charts right now. He has been consistently kicking ass. He's got 5 goals right now, 25 assists, 30 points in 26 games. The point leader. If you don't believe me, take a look right here, ladies and gentlemen, even though I know you believe me, because goddamn, this man has been incredible. Look at his points from last year. 37 points in 79 games right now. Dude, the guy could pass that by the end of the week. Straight up. Josh Morrissey's been nothing but consistent, the best Jet this year. It's absolutely insane. Last year, I thought Josh Morrissey had a great renaissance year compared to where he was in 2020, 2021. He only had 21 points that year, 4 goals. Last year, fast forward, 12 goals. It's career high for him. This year, I wouldn't be surprised if he breaks that as well. His point total is definitely going to be a career high this year, because last year was his career high at 37. So Josh Morrissey, even with Paul Maurice last year, was a better renaissance year, rebounded, and now is the number one defenseman, leading the way that the defense joins the rush, leading the defense in honestly every area of the ice when it comes to offensive pressure. Guy's been absolutely insane. Look at the point leaders right there. Josh Morrissey, a defenseman, ahead of Pierre-Luc Dubois, ahead of Kyle Connor. Do I gotta remind you how good Kyle Connor was last year, ladies and gentlemen? Take a look at those numbers. Where is it? Right there, 93 points. 93 points. This guy had 93 points, almost a 50-goal season. And Josh Morrissey right now at 26 games in is kicking his ass and leading the team in points. Josh Morrissey's a GOAT this year, ladies and gentlemen. He's an absolute wagon. Let's go look at the lines right now. Look at that. Morrissey, Pionk. Right there, one of the best overall lines right now. You go and scroll down right now. Morrissey and Pionk are on this list in the top 50, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe top 60. All right, but right there, getting even more play from talking about who we talked about in the last video. These guys have just been absolutely great. Dylan and Pionk, is a great pairing. But let's just go back and talk about the Jets themselves and look at Morrissey and his stats right now. Morrissey and DeMello playing great hockey. Morrissey playing with Pionk playing great hockey, even though defensively they were a little bit liable at times because Pionk likes to push just as much as Morrissey. But the thing is that Morrissey's been able to play with these different pairings. A Morrissey-Pionk pairing that's pure offense, finding his game and succeeding. Morrissey-DeMello, an even pairing where you get Morrissey pinching, DeMello pinching even more this year as well. Credit to him, he's going to definitely get more points. But again, playing good defensive hockey. I don't care what the advanced stats say, if you want to nitpick and stuff like that. You can see the improvement in just the defensive play from all the Jets especially, but Morrissey, his offensive stats this year have been off the chart. The guy just consistently plays good hockey. He without a doubt, every night he goes out there, Morrissey's been the most consistent Jet to start this season by far. And even then, you've had great play from Scheifele, from Wheeler, Perfetti. All these guys are almost a point per game, even Dubois, right? But there's just something about Morrissey this year. His attitude, the way he plays, everything about Morrissey screams, this is my year. This is his showcase year. This is Josh Morrissey's coming out party. It really is. I know he's 27 years old, but he's kind of, in my opinion, entering his real prime. Like, in the early years of his development, Morrissey played with Buffalo a lot, and then when you're playing with Buffalo, let's be real, you're not going to get as much offensive opportunity. There's a reason why in his, first few years, 20 points, 26 points, 31 points, even when the Jets were really, really good. Morrissey was always playing second fiddle to somebody, whether it was Jacob Trouba, whether it was Dustin Byfuglien. He was always consistent, but not the number one guy. Everyone thought that Josh Morrissey was the wrong guy to keep out of Jacob Trouba. Hindsight's 2020. Look at the way they are now, right? I would take Josh Morrissey any day, gun to my head. It doesn't matter. Jacob Trouba's trash, always has been, in my opinion. Overrated as hell. Josh Morrissey has always been this unsung guy that makes guys around him better. Dustin Byfuglien was made better because Josh Morrissey played there and allowed Dustin Byfuglien to focus on his offensive game and, have that pressure he allowed to be an all-star back-to-back for so many years for the Jets. Same with Trouba. Trouba was able to grow his game, grow his points, look like a way better player than Josh Morrissey because Josh Morrissey was the stable defensive partner that put up good, consistent points, but wasn't some all-star, wasn't some guy dropping 50-point seasons as a defenseman. Now, you give him the reins, you give him the responsibility, the trust as a coach and bonus in that defensive whole system, trusting him, giving him an opportunity, and what do you know? Point leader on the entire team. You know how crazy that is? Like, if I'm not mistaken, Josh Morrissey, Erik Karlsson, and a couple other guys are, like, the only ones that are leading their team in points. Like, there's only, like, 2 other guys in the entire NHL right now that are leading their team in points as defensemen. And Josh Morrissey is up there with some elite company. And he's not being talked about enough. So, credit to Josh Morrissey. The guy's been absolutely insane. But, yeah, stay tuned for Josh Morrissey in this season because I would not be surprised. And I'm being completely honest this year, ladies and gentlemen. The Jets could potentially have a Calder nominee in Perfetti, a Norrissey nominee, Norrissey. I can't even help saying it even when I'm talking about the Real War. A Norris nominee in Josh Morrissey, a Vezina finalist in Connor Hellebuck. Not to mention the fact that, you get some more goal scoring from Connor, you could have a Rocket nominee as well in, he could. Connor, KFC's right there. He just needs to get his scoring up. But, you've got so many areas around the Jets right now that just everyone's playing great. You're going to get a Norris nominee potentially in Morrissey. Pierre-Luc Dubois is playing great, Maybe he could get a nomination for the Hart. I don't know. I doubt it, but we'll see. You've got so much good things about the Jets. Good storylines this year. It's complete opposite. It's like, what happened overnight? How is Rick Bowness? I need his magic. How is Rick Bowness able to come into a team that is exactly the same as last year, that did nothing but underperform, and turn them into one of the best teams in the NHL? It's insane, and goddammit, the Bones squad is rolling deep this year, and they are hunting for a Stanley Cup. It's incredible, and a lot of that falls on Josh Morrissey again. Absolutely, completely underrated, shining this year in a new increased role, and he's just killing it. Not to mention the overtime goals. Woo-wee! But, Josh Morrissey's been fantastic this year. Gotta love it. And he's going to continue to be fantastic for the Jets. So, knock on wood, I think it's going to be a Norris final this season for Josh Morrissey. And if he doesn't get it, he'll be definitely top 5 in votes, which, again, is a huge credit to him when you look at the way the defense is nowadays. You got Hughes, McCarr, Karlsson killing it. Just so many good defensive players. And Josh Morrissey's throwing his name in the hat with all of those guys. So, credit to him. He's playing absolutely well, fantastic, and he's a huge part of what's leading to the Jets' success early on in the 2022-2023 season. So, if you found this video informative and you want to learn a little bit more about Josh Morrissey, drop a like, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. Peace, love, and positivity as always. Follow my links down in the description below. Have a great rest of your day. Go Jets, go, and I'll see you guys in the next one.